Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am just giving you guys another update on my Zepbound weight loss journey. What's going on today is I am stuck in my office, which used to be like my eBay room stuff, but I can't go outside because it's raining right now. Anyway, so I am just going to give you guys a real quick update. I don't even remember if I covered you on me going up to 5 milligrams, but I think the last time that I updated you guys, I had been thinking about going up to 5, and I've been on 5. I think I'm in my 3rd week on the 5 milligrams, and I just want to kind of talk to you a little bit about how that's going. It's been kind of a hot mess lately, and it's not necessarily because of the shot. I really honestly don't know, but I'll just start off with what happened. I did have a consultation again with my doctor after my 1 month, and we talked about my scale not updating the way it was supposed to be updating, and how much weight I've lost and all that good stuff. So she did agree for us to go up to 5. And then I did find a pharmacy that was a little closer to me that I could actually find the 5 at. So I was very happy about that. So I took the 5, and as you guys can remember, I've been taking my shot on Tuesday evenings. So Tuesday evening I took the shot, that first 5 milligram. Wednesday morning, I woke up feeling like I got hit by a bus. Now, we had some other things going on at work. We had some people who had been sick. We had some people who had COVID. So I wasn't sure what the heck was going on, but it really felt like I had the flu. I felt awful. So I had a headache and everything. But the exhaustion and nausea and stuff, it was crazy. So I got to work. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not feeling well, but I don't know if it's because of the medication. Am I going to stay? So I think I ended up leaving that day from work because I felt literally that bad. It just was so awful that Wednesday. And it carried on for the whole entire week. I got into the weekend, and like literally walking around Walmart, I started feeling dizzy and nauseous. And I wasn't hungry at all. It's like appetite gone. So it was doing that for sure. Nausea. It was causing some serious nausea. But again, I wasn't sure if it was the medication or if I was sick. Because when I talked to the doctor, it was the following Tuesday. So it would have been my 2nd week. And I told her like the symptoms that I was having. I just felt exhausted. And by then I was feeling better because it was the day of the shot again for me at that point. And she said to keep her updated if I felt that way the following week on week 2 of the 5 milligrams to let her know. Got to that shot that night, woke up the next morning expecting more of the same. There was no side effect like that. So I really think I was actually sick. I can't say for sure, but I do think I had gotten something. So that week I was okay. That whole week I was pretty much okay. Started PMSing, so eating a little bit more. I wasn't really hungry, but what I was eating was definitely not necessarily the right types of foods. Not really getting the protein that I needed, and I still, from that week that I took the shot the first time, I still wasn't feeling like myself. I was still a little tired where I didn't feel like walking and things like that. Because I was doing 4 miles on my treadmill at my desk. And I just wasn't feeling like that. And I was like, okay, well, this could just be PMS. Got through that week. Started getting sick with something else. You guys, it's been like, I'm not going to say catastrophic because it's really, that's being overly dramatic. But it's been a rough couple of weeks. I'm just going to put it that way. And so my fiance, he had gotten sick. He had started coughing and stuff, and he's not usually the first person to get sick. We have a 4-year-old in the house, so usually it's him or the 10-year-old. One of them will get sick first, but it came with him. And I was like, okay, for sure I'm going to get it because, we sleep in the same bed. Of course, he's going to give me a kiss every single day. I'm going to get whatever he's got. Sure enough, that happened. Meanwhile, COVID, flu, pneumonia is still going around at work. I mean, the COVID cases are out of this world right now. I'm just telling you. Be careful. Wash your hands. Don't be all up in each other's faces. But, so I ended up getting sick with a cough at the end of that week, and then it just lingered last week. So even though I had the shot, my appetite wouldn't probably have been there anyway because I wasn't feeling good. And on top of it, like, okay, here's my cycle. So last week my cycle started. I'm dealing with migraine, the sore throat, coughing, bloating, constant nausea anytime I put something in my stomach. And I just could not eat anything. Literally last week, all I ate was ramen. Like, I made my boiled eggs every day, guys. Like, my thing was like making sure I had my protein first thing in the morning. So I'd have 2 boiled eggs to take to work. Sometimes I would take bacon. I had kind of stopped doing that. I tried to get back into that last week. I couldn't put anything in my stomach except for carbs. Like, literally, carbs is all I wanted. And I'm talking like anything that was carby, I would have had. So I had ramen for breakfast, ramen for lunch, ramen for dinner. Really, I didn't have breakfast. It was just lunch and dinner. I had it at work, but I would get like real sick at my desk after I ate like one of those cup of noodles. I got sick, like literally. I had to leave work, stayed home. I got halfway to work one day, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm so sick. And literally had my head in my hand all the way back home. And I knew at that point that had nothing to do with the shot. The last time that I had all those gastrointestinal issues, I can tell you, was after I had COVID a couple years ago. I had COVID, and my worst symptom was the stomach upset. I was so nauseous. I was throwing up, literally blood in my stool, all that kind of stuff, to where I had to go to the ER after having COVID for 2 weeks and having gone back to work and everything. I had to go to the ER, get everything tested. My liver enzymes were all over the place, and I was super dehydrated, and I ended up having to have like a GI cocktail, and I was worried that that would happen again. Thankfully, I started feeling better yesterday, the day before, to where I could eat more than just ramen. So I'm definitely happy about that. So that whole time that I was going through all of that, I did not weigh myself. I think the last time I must have weighed myself would have been like after that first week where I just really couldn't eat anything. And I think the last video I did, I was like 178. When I weighed myself at that point, I was 174, 75. Weighed myself a couple times in there. So I was 175, 174. And then this weekend, once my cycle was over and all that bloating went away and the sickness was over, and I had a couple days with no ramen in my belly, I finally, got up the courage to weigh myself again, because I was like, I'm not walking. I'm barely moving. I literally stayed in the bed the whole week. If I wasn't at work, I was in that bed. Somebody was making me a ramen or a grilled cheese. Like, my fiance makes the best grilled cheese. It's comfort food, and that's the only other thing that I really wanted to eat. So do not take my tips from these last few weeks as tips on what you should eat when you're on Zepbound. That's not going to work for you, okay? Do not be eating grilled cheese and ramen. Ramen is the most unhealthy thing that you could possibly eat, but it's the only thing that I could stomach. So anyway, I ended up weighing myself on Saturday, and I weighed 172.5, I believe. Then I weighed myself on Sunday, which was yesterday, and I was 171.3. So again, when I weighed that first day when I started Zepbound, I actually weighed on my old scale from my old Teladoc provider, and that was 195. So if I picked up that scale and weighed myself every single day on both scales, then you could see a true picture of what I've lost. So on that scale, I went from 195 down to today. Yesterday, I believe it was 193, if I got the calculations correct. On my other scale, the first day that I weighed was after I had already started taking the shot. So I weighed 2 days before the shot at 195 on my scale that I got from my Teladoc. The Withing scale, which is the one that we use with the app that I'm using, that is the one that they look at, that my provider looks at. And they have my start at a much, much lower amount than I actually started at. So when I weighed myself on that scale the first time, it was 184. And that was 2 days after I had already taken the shot and lost all the water weight. So keep in mind, in the beginning, when you first start, you're going to lose inflammation. You're going to lose water weight, especially if you're cutting out sugars. You're going to see a huge, dramatic difference in your inflammation in your body. So that water weight is going to come down super quick. And then after that, it's going to be slow and steady. For me, over the last couple of weeks, to have lost any weight at all was amazing to me, because I felt like I wasn't moving. I wasn't exercising. So I definitely wasn't burning more calories. And the stuff that I was eating was just awful for you. So I'm very happy with the fact that my scale has me down again. And I don't know, what did I say it was? 172, 171, something like that. Anyway, I'll have to look at my app after this, but I'm pretty sure it was 170. Is it 171? It was 172 the first day. So it was 170. Yeah, it was 171 that second day, which is so close to 160s. I'm like, when I had surgery last year, guys, I was 174 before I had surgery. And one day, maybe I'll do a story time on that surgery, but that was me losing weight. For me to be able to get back to below that, I'm amazed. And like I said, working out is going to be the biggest thing for me at this point. So my fiance wanted to start lifting together. We did actually start one day, and we were so sore for like 3 days and then got sick. So in the midst of all of this, we had, on that weekend that I actually felt better, we got in our home gym, which is in the garage, and we've got all kinds of weights. We've got a Smith machine and everything. We worked out together. We lifted. I did legs. He did his chest and his, it was just the chest. And of course, that morning when I woke up, that Monday morning, it was like day 2 after the workout. So I'm like, not only can I barely walk, but I'm totally sick at the same time. So I'm ready to get back into the gym and do that. I feel fine now. I literally ate a whole sandwich today. It's crazy. I had an entire sandwich today, and it was like one of those sandwiches from Jason's Deli. Half of the sandwich, I took one piece of the bread off and just ate the other piece, but it's mostly, meat and cheese. But I was surprised at how much I could eat and how much I wanted to eat after not eating for so long, not having anything that tasted good for so long. So I think what I'm going to do, what I've decided, is I'm going to wait to take my shot this week until probably, it's not going to be tomorrow, which is Tuesday. I think I'm actually going to wait until Thursday evening. And that way, over the weekend is when I'll be dealing with side effects. I will have the most hunger control over the weekend. When I'm at work, I can eat my 2 eggs in the morning and bring a protein shake, and I feel like I'm good, right? But on the weekends, we're kind of around the house trying to, figure out what we're going to eat. We're, doing things with the family, trying to figure out what we're going to eat. And I want to be able to control that. It hasn't been bad. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, when I go out to eat now, sometimes I'm like, now that my daughter's staying with us, she's in college, but she's staying with us most of the week. We went out to Mexican one night, and like, I didn't order a plate. She ordered a plate, and I just ate a little bit of hers. And that was it. And most of the time, that's enough to fill me up. That's all I want. Some of my concerns with that are this. My hair. I would like for my hair to grow. I'm getting married in a couple of months, so I definitely want my hair to grow out. I don't know if that's going to happen. I did order some supplements that have I think animal liver or something like that. It's like those ancestral supplements. I've done it before where it's like like beef organs and stuff like that. And that's supposed to be really good for your entire body, especially when you're a woman and you're over a certain age. So I'm going to try that, see how that goes for me. With my hair, I'm just believing that I'm going to get the right nutrients. I'm going to speak it into existence. All the right nutrients that I need in order to improve my body. I'm not leaving out any specific category of food. So I'm not like not eating carbs or not eating meat or not eating vegetables. I am trying to incorporate everything when I want it. So like not overdoing anything. The only thing that I do know that I have to make sure that I'm getting enough of is the protein. A lot of it is due to muscles. Like when you're not in your 20s anymore, those muscles are going to atrophy if you don't work them. They're going to atrophy if you're not feeding and nourishing them. So that's my goal. I think I have one more shot of the 5 milligrams, and then I don't think I'm going to go up yet. I think I'm going to do another round of 5 milligrams because I think that's enough and that's working. Wedding is in 2 months. I don't want to be like ridiculously thin and order a dress and it doesn't fit. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing something pretty simple. So I'm not trying to go all out and, have anything crazy going on for our wedding. So I want it to be easy and simple. And once I order that dress, I want that to be it. So anyway, looks like the sun's coming out. I just love the view here. I love nature. So this is a happy home to me. We are going to have BLTs tonight. So I have some keto rounds that I use. They're wheat keto rounds. And then I will put a couple of, what we do is we cut up the bacon in half. So just so that it will fit into the bread. So I'll have like a couple of pieces of bacon, lettuce, tomatoes. I might put some mayo on there. That's not the healthiest thing, but I do enjoy mayo with a BLT. And see how that goes. My goal for this next week is to improve my protein intake. Hopefully I'll get my ancestral supplements so I can start those, see how those do with my body. Really increase my water intake. When I was ill, I did a lot of peppermint tea, and I made sure to get the one that does not have caffeine. So I was getting a lot of fluids. I'm back to where I need to make sure that, I'm getting that because I'm not sick anymore and I'm not craving that hot tea. So I might just do it at work anyway because we have a little pot there that we can heat up at the desk and just make a real quick cup of tea. I always like something warm anyway. So that's a good tip. If you like warm drinks versus cold drinks, drink some tea. Make sure it's something that does not have any caffeine in it if you're trying to cut down on your caffeine. For me, that's something I've got to do, cut down on that caffeine. Still doing good on the coffee, guys. I am still doing just the 1 per day. Even when I was sick, I didn't reach for coffee. I reach for that tea without the caffeine. There has been a couple days where I'll go and get a grande cold coffee, and I'll drink it, but it's more of like a treat, not like I have to have it. It's more of like, I just want this because it kind of tastes good. And then I don't really want it by the time I'm halfway through it. So I've really got to rethink that. They're a lot of money. Anyway, if you have any questions, or if you have anything that you have been wanting to know about when you get through this process, or how it works, or anything that you want to know about being on Zepbound or Tirzepatide in any, brand form. I do hear that the shortage is ending. We actually are in North Carolina, and they are putting a warehouse or a factory or something in Concord. So it's like literally minutes from my work. So me and a teammate, we are actually right over there at work. So we're like, yeah, we'll just run down there and go get it. If we can't get, the dosage that they're prescribing us, we'll just walk over to the factory and go get some. Obviously a joke, but that's something that was a little worrisome for people. There's definitely a shortage, but there's a lot of videos on that FDA shortage being cleared. Anyway, we will talk to you soon. And we will talk to you soon. And I've got a little one here that I got to tend to. So I guess I'll be back next time. Put your questions below in the comment box, and I'll answer them in the next video if you have any, okay? All right, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.